I just saw 17 metal bands live in one day at a historical castle. And I ate all of Carcass' backstage chocolate, discovered my new favorite black metal band, and witnessed a Rocco Siffredi moment. And out of those 17 bands, I'm going to talk about the best, the worst, and the surprise bands from Barrák Metal Festival 2025. Held every year in an epic castle in Ostrava in the Czech Republic, Barrák Metal Festival crams 18 bands into one relentless day, rotating between two stages so there are no gaps between any sets. And if you add to this some great food and beer and a welcoming vibe, it's the metalhead's paradise. This was my first time at the festival and I was blown away by performances by legendary bands. I discovered some new bands and unfortunately I saw some bad performances. And I'll actually at the end of this video give you a massive update about this hidden gem of metal festivals. But let's dive in and start with the best ones. Before I dive into the 3 best performances at this festival, I'm actually gonna have one honorable mention. And that honorable mention is Atheist. This was my first time seeing those pioneers live and it was unreal. This band is so good. It was proggy, it was precise, and it was insanely tight. And watching this live made me realize even more how revolutionary this band must have been on their early albums. The 3rd best performance was Gorgatron. They crushed it with these old school death and thrash riffs. The energy was amazing and it really made me wonder why aren't these guys huge? Their set was just a blast from start to finish and if you don't know this band, you gotta check them out. I'm gonna put a link to them in the first comment below. The 2nd best performance was Enthroned from Belgium. Full disclosure here, I barely knew them before going to this festival, but they're now my new favorite black metal band. Their set was brutal, it was icy and packed with some cool thrashy riffs and very melodic solos. And to be honest, it's not always easy to nail black metal in an open air festival, but these guys, they owned it. Now the best performance at Barrák Metal Festival 2025 goes to Carcass. They stole the show. This was my 2nd time seeing them this year and they still blew my mind. They came out with a killer setlist, perfect sound, and you can tell that they're really having a blast up there, which I find quite remarkable considering how long this band has been going. And I found out that they're not just fun on stage because I was hanging out with them in their dressing room after the show and they were super fun and I managed to eat all of their chocolate. The thing that I like about a festival like this is it gives you the chance to see bands that you otherwise wouldn't go and see and discover something new. So let's look at the new discoveries that I found. One of the new discoveries is a band called Awrizis. I think I'm pronouncing it right. I had never heard about this band. It's from the Czech Republic and they mix melodic death metal, black metal, thrash and some groove metal and it just really hooked me. And because of all this mix, they came out kind of all guns blazing with some very diverse, high energy and atmospheric bangers. This is definitely a band that I'm gonna look into more. Now the other surprising band was Rattle from the US. I had seen them on Spotify's New Metal Rock Weekly, which is actually my Spotify playlist, when their last album came out in the spring. Rattle plays some sort of a groovy melodic thrash. I don't even know if that's a genre or whatever, but every riff lands and their joy is contagious. These guys really love being on that stage and it spreads out. Now with 18 bands on the bill and me seeing 17 of them, not every set can be great. So let's head over to the worst performances. Just want to make a small disclaimer. I don't hate these bands. I'm not against them. I'm not against the genre or anything like that. But this moment, this time, it just didn't hit. It might be that I will see this band later and I would love it. The first band is a band called Cien from Poland. They play black metal and it somehow just didn't fit in there in the midday sun. I think they would do much better in a dark, sweaty club. There was just no connection there. Now the second bad performance was Impaled Nazarene from Finland. They came on after Carcass and that was like a Rocco Siffredi moment. You come home, Rocco is leaving your bedroom, you just don't go in there. This was probably the toughest slot at the festival, so the energy never really took off. But who knows, maybe in a different festival, different time, it might have been better, but nothing happened there. So have you seen any of those bands live? Tell me in the comments what you thought about them. So Barrák was an incredible festival. I mean, it's such a small, nice place, nice food, nice crowd. And next year, they're actually gonna do 2 days and have almost 30 bands. And one of them is Hellripper, one of my favorite live bands. So you wanna check out the link to the festival in the comment below. And if you like videos like this, now might be the perfect time to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel because there is more where this came from. But if you want more metal right now, then I just made this video about 5 new thrash metal bands proving that thrash metal is not dead. And then YouTube really wants you to see this video.